ever had. Kelly is going to show us how to do it.
Again, we've got sharper image, which I love that because they really think of all these great things. This is the Super Wave oven. And what's so fantastic about this oven is that it gives you convection, it gives you halogen, and it gives you infrared. So every time you've ever shopped for an appliance and you hear those three technologies, the price just skyrockets. So I don't know how they put it in this little machine, which actually only takes up about 12 square inches on your counter, but you've got all three of those. And now you're never gonna have to preheat ever again. That's what I love about this oven. I use it all the time. You're never gonna have to defrost. I have completely frozen steaks that I'm gonna put on here. You see that they're totally frozen. I don't have to defrost them. And I'm gonna pop them right here on top. It comes with both of these grill racks, so you can actually do multi-level cooking. I'm gonna pop my asparagus there in the middle. You can do all of it at once. And then I'm gonna set this for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes, and I'm gonna have a fresh steak from frozen. Once I pop that down, you're gonna see that halogen technology kick in, and what that halogen technology does is it instantly heats that oven. That's what removes that preheating, and that's what I love. You're also getting the convection and the infrared. So we're gonna let our steaks cook, and we're gonna come back to those.
Yeah, and I was looking at that. Is that a full, huge turkey?
This is a 15-pound turkey, and that's what's so great is that Sharper Image gives you the extender ring. This comes with your package. This is an extra. So it takes it from a 12-quart capacity, which is the bowl, to a 15-quart capacity you're gonna get. So that extender ring is really gonna come in handy when you do wanna do those large turkeys. This 15-pound turkey, would you believe it? Guess how long do you think it took us?
15-pound turkey, 6 hours.
Good guess. It would in a traditional oven. Guess what? It took us just over 2 hours to cook this turkey.
Are you two hours?
And I remember you asked me earlier, well, is it still gonna be crispy? Is it still gonna be juicy?
Yeah, because you know, I've presented this before, but I don't think we had a turkey out here. 2 hours for a turkey?
2 hours for a turkey. And it's going to be the juiciest turkey, the most beautiful white meat, the most glistening turkey that you're ever going to see. It's juicy, delicious, and the outside is crisp. Can you hear that?
Yeah,
it's actually
very
crispy.
Yeah.
And the reason that it's so crispy, look at that meat. It's just juicy and glistening. The reason it's so crispy is because of that convection technology. It actually sears the outside and cooks it perfectly, and then the infrared cooks it from the inside out, sealing in the juices. So all three of those technologies working together is what is going to cook it so much faster. It's gonna be 3 times as fast.
And you also have the little bits in the bottom to make the gravy. So
you can
it's
do
not
your gravy,
like,
exactly. And then you can actually do it with your own bakeware. So it doesn't need any special bakeware at all. Anything that would go in a traditional oven is going to be able to go in.
Oh, look at that. You put like a little bakeware. It's like a little kind of a
Yeah, it's just our very own bakeware we've got going on. We've made breakfast. I use it for everything. It stays right on my counter. And I just want to, nope, I can grab that. We just made these. Now look, I'm going to pop them here. And this only took us about 8 minutes. And we've used our own bakeware. And then I'm just going to pour that on top. But look what we've done. It just makes life so much easier. I've made, what is that, 9 cinnamon rolls. I didn't have to preheat my oven for 20 minutes. I didn't have to wait,
I'm going to have to confirm this.
Yeah, please confirm
it's
whether
my job.
or not.
Listen, when I have my meetings about how I'm doing, they're going to be, did you eat that cinnamon roll, Helen? Because
you'll get docked points if you don't.
They will take away 3 points off the judges' score if I don't. Look at that, though, and 8 minutes.
8 minutes, we've got, gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely delicious.
Looks so good. This is what I like. That and that drink you made me with the tequila every morning for breakfast.
I'll come and cook you breakfast every morning. I love that we're having margaritas for breakfast. But I want to showcase the 3 technologies. No, I'm not going to cook ping pong balls, but I am going to pop them inside there. And then once I turn this on, you're going to actually be able to see the convection working. So you can see that convection technology. If you don't have a convection oven and you're always complaining about it, now you can have one on your countertop. It only takes up just about a square foot, so it doesn't take up very much room. But what that convection technology does, as you can see, is it spins the hot air so that every morsel, every cell, every piece of your food is receiving the same amount of supercharged, superheated hot air.
By the way, we only have 50 left in the blue.
Oh gosh,
we have popular. 4 color choices. This is the blue. We have 50 left, and then that's the end of it.
So that's, and then I want to show the halogen technology.
Because convection ovens are really really expensive. That's something you'd see like in a professional kitchen. Because when you go to a restaurant, they have convection ovens in there.
That's right. That's why most of those 5-star restaurants use convection. They don't cook without it. It actually is going to cook your food in 3 times as fast. Here's that halogen technology though. There you go. You can see that bulb. That's what eliminates that preheat factor that you have to do in a traditional oven. So you can see right there that halogen technology, the convection spins around, and then what you can't see is actually the infrared technology. And the infrared technology is very important. And infrared actually is going to cook your food from the inside out, sealing in all of those juices. So that's one of the most important features that you're not going to find anywhere. Here is what you get. All of these pieces you're going to get. You're going to get the 12-quart capacity bowl, which is a really fantastic. You're also going to get the motor up here. Then you're getting 2 of our pans or our grill dishes. So you've got a 4-inch high one, and you've also got the 1-inch high one. And here's the cool part about it. If you want to make like fries or something like that, you just pop them into a grid on top of each other.
So it's like those air fries, and you can spend $200 or $300 for a machine that just makes air fries.
You can. You absolutely can. We're giving you the tongs, which is you're just going to be able to grab your grill pans there, and then of course that extender ring, which takes it from 12 quarts all the way up to the 15 quarts.
Okay, and you know, there's so many great recipes, and you can do a lot of things that you never thought you could do with this too, because it's got the infrared, the convection in, and now you're doing a pizza.
And you mentioned recipes. We come with a recipe book as well.
Yeah, that's where I was heading.
Yes, I know.
It's the tequila talking, but you know, it has a recipe book, because you'll be able to do recipes that, you know, say, okay, I don't have a convection oven. Now you do.
Now you do. And here's what I love, is that you actually can do your pizzas now. Before this pizza, I would have had to preheat my giant oven, which heats up my house, takes up a lot of electricity. I would have had to preheat my giant oven for 20 minutes and then cook this pizza for like 10. No longer. You don't have to preheat. Now you just pop it in your oven, and you're going to have it in 10, 12 minutes, just depending on how crispy you like your crust.
Yeah, I'm kind of checking out the steak. I know it's almost done, because I was going to say, towards the end of the presentation, we're going to show you that steak that started out completely frozen.
Well, remember when we talked about air frying?
Yes.
And we talk about the health benefits of air frying. What is air frying? Air frying is actually a way of cooking so that you get that fried, delicious crispiness without all the oil. So now you can actually take a serving of French fries from 16 grams of fat down to 2 grams of fat when you are air frying. And now you can go out and get an air frying machine, and they're great, but all they do is air fry. They don't broil, bake, dehydrate, cook, all of those other things. Now you're gonna be able to do that with this oven. Look what we've done. We've done our chicken wings, so go ahead and indulge and have those foods that your family really loves to eat, but have that fried flavors, and now do it with air frying. We've used 0 oil. Let me say that again. 0 oil, and I don't know if we can get a tight shot of this. It's kind of hot, but it is actually so crispy. Do you see how crispy and pillowy that is? That's not going to taste any different than a French fry that you've taken out of a big old vat of oil.
Right.
It's crispy and delicious, but now here you go. Alan's like, I'll have one of those. It's crispy and delicious, and you really are going to be eliminating those oils from there. And that's what I love about it, is that it does everything, and it air fries.
Yeah, and you know, at our price break of $89.90, you think about this, what would it cost you to redo your kitchen and have a convection oven? How about $89.90, you can have it on the countertop? How about at the holidays, maybe, you know, graduation, you know, a lot of things coming up, Mother's Day, or if, you know, you've got summer barbecues, 4th of July, you have a bunch of people come over, and you're like, all right, my oven's full. Okay, I've got to finish this. It's like adding an extra kitchen to your kitchen.
That's a great point.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's like it's adding a second oven to your kitchen. I mean, that really is a luxury.
Yeah, if you're grilling out, a lot of us are going to be grilling outside. Now you can do your sides without heating up that giant oven. You don't have to go preheat your oven and do all your sides on the grill. Now you can do them in your superwave oven. It's transportable. Maybe you want to take it tailgating. Maybe you want to take it to your friend's party, whatever. Here's the other thing I love about Sharper Image, is that there's nothing that they don't think about. This oven, not only is it going to cook you delicious meals 3 times faster, baking, broiling, doing all those wonderful things, now it's actually going to clean itself. How many times do we get these great appliances that we don't use because they're difficult to clean? Now I want you to do is just pour a little bit of water. All I did was pour some suds in there, and I just whisk it up. grab my lid, and then on top of here, there's actually a wash function. So this is something that they built in so that it cleans itself. Pop it there for 10 minutes, and now it's actually going to spin those suds to the outsides. You can see them going. It's gonna drag down all the grease and grime, and it's going to clean itself while you're eating that delicious meal.
Oh boy, I know.
It's like, what else does it do? No, it doesn't do your laundry.
Oh darn. Well, you never have to defrost anything, and to me that's a big thing, because a lot of times I come home, I'll come home from work. Sometimes I'll nap because I have to get, be at work at. Now my new schedule, actually, it's way later, but 5 a.m. I still have to get up to be here at 6. But, you're like, I always leave things to the last minute, and I'm like, oh, I didn't defrost anything. I'm just going to go out and grab something. But you don't have to defrost. You'll never have to defrost or preheat.
Nope, never have to defrost.
Preheating the oven, that takes 15 minutes right there.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And in the booklet, it's all these great recipes. And so all we did was we popped it in here for 7 minutes. We made the recipe. This is the sole recipe from the book. It's going to be the crispiest, flakiest fish. And instead of grabbing that box, I used to do a lot of those frozen meals and grab that out of the box, put it in the microwave. Instead of doing that, now I encourage you, keep this out on your countertop, and now you can actually do fish or steak or burgers or air-fried meals, and look at how flaky and crispy. The reason that it's crispy on the outside and flaky and moist on the inside is those 3 cooking technologies that work so beautifully together.
Kelly, I want to make sure we get to the steak.
Okay.
Because we're almost done.
All right.
And I want to make sure, we're going to head on over there now. Make sure you order this if you're interested. We've got it in the white, we've got it in the blue, very limited, almost sold out. Black and red, 3 interest-free payments of $29.97. We started the presentation with solid frozen steak, raw asparagus, and here we go.
Here, let's get our steak out, and that's what I love. You can cook right from frozen. Remember, we just cooked right from frozen. Let me pop that on my plate here. I've got my asparagus. It was cooking right at the same time. Let me grab my other steak. We've got 2 plates for us. And then remember, I did my potatoes at the same time as well. So you're gonna be able to use the same pot. And now I'm gonna cut it. I know she's like, are you gonna cut into that, lady?
No, well, what I'm thinking is how much time you're gonna save. You have one dish that cleans itself, that you don't have to defrost. You do your potatoes, vegetables, and steak in one container.
Yes.
I mean,
and look at how delicious. I mean, it's juicy and moist, and it literally took us minutes. Instead of taking it, thawing it out for a few minutes, popping it on. I mean, you're cutting your cooking time basically by a third.
You really are. You really are. It's such a great item, and it's from Sharper Image, which is a name you know and trust, coming up with innovative things for many rooms of the house, but the kitchen as well. $89.90. Kelly, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Great job. Great job.